Everybody. Happy Friday if you're watching this live. All right, just make sure that I get my camera set for you guys. Okay, I'm going to try to come down and get a little, well, actually, maybe I won't go closer because tonight I think I'm going to do a 2-page layout for you. Okay. And just what you want to see is my tummy. So anyway, so I'm going to do a 2-page layout tonight, or whenever you're seeing this. I've had these photos sitting on my desk for a week, I guess, and I've wanted to get to them and I haven't yet, so it's time. And I'm just trying to decide. I know that this right page is going to be like all of these photos, at least I think, but I'm trying to decide what to do about the left page, whether I want to add another one into this top row or if I want to leave them like they are here. Because I could add in another photo up here and then put like some sort of journaling card or something here. That's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. And part of the reason I'm thinking I need to add another one up in this row is because if I only do this, okay, like this, there's space somewhere. So if I do this, the line of the photos doesn't go from page to page, okay? So what you normally want to do, and I'll do it like this so you can see it even easier first. If you were going to do this layout but not have these photos in, you'd want the line of the photos either to be at the bottom of all the photos on the top row or at the top of all the photos on the bottom row, okay? And that just helps your eye see the 2 pages as one layout. So if I do this, this is about 10 inches because I have a 4 and a not quite 6, so just under 10 inches. So I'm going to have about 2 inches of space. Well, I'll have about 4 inches of space here and about 2 inches of space here. So it's going to make the page look a little weird because I don't have that. I don't have it equal. So I'm toying with now bringing something else over. And I was playing with color. I think this is too dissimilar. What I was thinking about is maybe doing this photo of M number 3 over there. And then I could do the title down here. I have done things where I've like separated. Like I could do this so I had a little separation here, but I don't like that any better, honestly. So I'm thinking maybe like this, and then I'm probably going to use the, hey Glenda, hi. I'm probably going to use this Echo Park Happy Fall collection, and they do have some 4x6 cards in here. And I was just going to take a peek to see if there was anything that had the, like something I could put here. And there's gold, but there's not anything with a lot of yellow in it. And honestly, I think this whole collection doesn't have a lot of yellow in it. I mean, I could do something like the fall is in the air here. That would be pretty easy. So maybe what I'll do is cut that apart. The other option I have is I'm just going to grab my yellow 4x6 cards to see if I have anything at all that I think I might be able to make work. So there's a lot of yellow here because M number 3 and Mama have yellow dresses on. And I will have to trim. I also have to keep in mind that somewhere I'm going to have to trim the card, I think, so that it fits in to the same space that these photographs do. So like this could possibly work depending on what I use for color, but then I'm going to have to trim so much it's going to make the photo look a little weird. That one wouldn't be too bad because that would be pretty easy to trim, you know, just tops and bottoms here, and then I'd get rid of the rounded corners. So that's an idea. So I'll just leave those out for, or that out for now, and see what I think. See if I think that can work. I haven't even picked my papers, you guys. So you get to see the full process tonight. I was thinking that I might want to do something that contained a yellow, and I think that actually this gold and the yellow is not bad. I was thinking about maybe this paper, but also considering that you're not, whatever paper is over here, you're not going to see very much of. So, hey Jackie, hi Tammy. Just because most of this is going to be covered. So if I decide to use the plaid, I think it would be smart if I did something over here so you could see a lot of that. And then I'm thinking a more neutral color over here. And then probably some sort of kind of photo mat. That's the word I wanted. I do like kind of this red. I think this is a nice, what's on the back of this? Flowers. I'm hoping I have a lot more of that red. Some flowers and leaves. So like I could grab that for over here. And I do like the fact that it's leaves because these are pictures of them at an apple orchard. So that would be good. And I like how that brings that out. And then my plan would be to just probably mount the photos on this side just like this. So yeah, I do think that it's a great fall choice too. Hey Carrie, glad you could join us tonight. So let me see what I have left, if I have any of that red left anymore. I do have some red here. Ooh, yay. I have another piece of that. I did have some more red. It was a little bit different. So I'm thinking, now the other thing I could do is do this and then do the plaid as the kind of photo mat. But here's why I'm not going to do that, because if I do this, you're probably only going to, if I do it that way, you might only see this little bit right here. I think you do a lot of the plaid. At least if I have the plaid behind this and then use a photo mat here, I have this whole big piece of plaid down here. And what I might do is not mount both of these rows of photos on the red, but mount just one of them on the red. And that I should probably get figured out right before I start this. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut this down to match the height of the photos that I have. So these are cell phone photos, so they're not true 4x6s. I could make them that with a lot of editing, but I just don't. I just leave it as is. So now I got rid of those, oops, and I didn't do a very good job of that cut. I got rid of the rounded corners that I didn't want to use. Nothing, I don't have anything personal against rounded corners. It's just, for this situation, I think it's not as good of a choice. I think what I'm going to do is trim this up even and maybe use my paper cutter since I'm having a hard time getting it trimmed up this way. Okay, so I think this does a nice job, and this gold and this yellow aren't that far off. This is an old Becky Higgins Project Life card. I don't know which one. So I'm just gonna look and see. Okay, so let's trim these bottoms off here, and we'll see what we end up with then. I know Shamel, when I watch her videos, a lot of times will work with the branding strip still sitting on the layout. I don't know how she does that because it throws the balance of the layout off in my to my eye anyway. So this red paper, in case you guys want to know, is Hello Fall, and it's the Echo Park. It's Echo Park Hello Fall, and it's the fresh fall flowers. I just had another thought too. So if I did do this, and yeah, I was gonna say if I did use that as the mat and maybe dropped these photos down here, what I could do then is take a strip of this plaid and put it over here in between, but I can still do that. I've done that before. I do have a piece of the plaid, a scrap piece of that plaid, and I might run it in between that row. I like it when I pull patterns from one side to the other of a 2-page layout, but not exactly match them, you know, that they're not exactly matched. I guess is the best way to describe what I'm thinking here. So then we want to have a little bit of a gap up there, right? And I think I'd prefer to see that this is a plaid to understand that right away. I also don't like that much space. So what does it look like if we just do it like this? Yeah, I definitely, I definitely need to use this as the background and then the red as the mat, because the plaid just doesn't look good otherwise, to my eye. So that plaid is the Echo Park Happy Fall. It's the 4, that was loud. It was the 4x4 journaling cards. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is make sure that I'm using this in the same direction at least. Is that, yeah, that's the same one. So that when I start these out, they will, at least the top of the red, whatever I'm going to reveal, you're going to be able to see. And I'm not going to leave a lot of space up here. I think just a little bit. You're going to get a lot more of the red over here. And maybe not a ton more, now that I think about it. I said that, and now you may not, because if I put that plaid in the middle here, you won't. These are such cute pictures of, there's a lot of number 3 in here. And we were just talking about this because they had family photos done over the weekend, last weekend. And number 3, when she knows you're taking her picture, you usually get a blank stare like this. You get that. She's actually has a little more personality in this photo than she does normally. A lot of times it's really just a blank stare. It's awful. My daughter-in-law and I were talking about that. It's like, oh my gosh. And it was so funny because they took this gorgeous photo of her, the photographer did, and she's got that blank stare, but somehow that photographer made it work. And I remembered that when she was 10 months old, they had photos taken and she had that same look on her face. So I think what I'm going to do here is just see what I think if I do this all as a red border across, so that I've got the red going that way, and then I can always cut it down. Way harder to piece it together. So then I can decide what I think here. I think we need to, okay, and I did not do a very good job of measuring that. I'm not quite sure what I was measuring, but it wasn't that, because I cut it a little bit short. So guess what that means? That means there's only going to be a little border here, because otherwise this is going to look goofy. If I had done it here, this is my original choice. Let's do this. Do I want to do it? Just want to get a little red under here, so that it's sitting more like this and more the plaid's revealed. Oh yeah, and look at what that does. I lose, if I use this whole bigger piece of red, right? I lose a lot of our plaid here. I like it, but I still think I lose a ton of that plaid. And I think I'm better off if I just do 2 small borders. And I have to now, because otherwise it's not going to look right. All right. And there we get more of the plaid anyway. And now I really think I would like to bring some of that plaid over here. Oops. I want to do it this way since he's in the wagon with both of these photos. I think it'll just look better. The other thing I could do is highlight this photo. That's another one of my thoughts, that I could do something like that. I like this. The question is, do we want to do that? Nope, we want to bring them up here a little bit closer. So again, I need to remember that I want the bottom line of this photo and the bottom line of this photo on this side the same. Otherwise, it's just going to look funny. So let's see what happens if I just do it like this. So there's that view, and then there's putting in. So what we'd probably do is whatever the measurement up here is what I want the measurement to be down here. And then I'd pop a little piece of plaid in. This is going to be hard to do because nothing is glued down. But we're going to try. Let's see, oops, there. And here. So is that chaos? I think I prefer the red, just the plain red. This is getting a little chaotic in the middle for me, and I could always punch out some sort of embellishment from that plaid if I wanted to do that. That is an option, if I think I need that. So this is one of those processes. See, this is why you watching live videos versus things that a YouTuber does edited is so important, because when we edit them, we make it look really good. Even if we leave the entire process in, which I pretty much do, is I just speed everything up. Even if we leave the entire process in, because it's probably sped up at least 2 times, maybe even more. When we're trying to figure stuff out, it goes by so fast. It makes it look easy. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just saw something really cool that I have to thank you. I don't even know how many this is, but I just happened to see my subscriber count, and I'm really close to 3,000 subscribers. Looks like I have 2,990 some subscribers. That's pretty cool. This is silly little channel, so thank you all. That's really neat. So as I'm thinking about it, I have something kind of exciting going on my channel tomorrow. So those of you who are doing December Daily, at some point tomorrow, I don't know when, because I have to do an online class tomorrow for my continuing education units that I need to take, and I want to get it done because I have 2 classes to take. I thought I was done and then realized that something I took prior didn't work for works for my Wisconsin license. I'm a massage therapist. If you're, I don't think any of you that I can see are watching are new, but it works for my Wisconsin license, or but not my national license, which that was a bummer. Okay. I don't love that red piece sitting there like that. So I'm going to just play with this a little bit and see. Yeah, I don't like its space either. All right, we'll figure something out down here. All right, so I need to take that class. And when I'm done, as a treat to myself, I am going to go live tomorrow with my December Daily prep, which means you're going to see the product and how that I'm using this year and how I store it. And if you're interested in that kind of a thing, I do have playlists for every December Daily that I've done. So you can actually get to some of that information right now. I'm not probably going to do anything vastly different than I have done in the past, just so that you know that. But it'll give you a chance to ask me questions in real time. So go ahead, and if you don't have the notification bell on right now, put it on now, because you'll know tomorrow. I'm guessing it's going to be tomorrow afternoon at some point, or maybe even early tomorrow night. I don't think I'll make it tomorrow morning. And actually, what I'll do is I will say I'm not going to do it tomorrow morning, that it won't be till tomorrow afternoon for sure. Just because that's a lot of, well, it's not pressure. So, and I'm not sure I'm going to finish the whole class tomorrow. I've got to finish it this weekend, but I definitely want to do a good portion of it. So those can be a lot of work depending on what they are. And I think I've done two of them pretty recently. I much prefer in-person classes, but yeah, Wisconsin has set coronavirus infection new cases record every day this week, so we won't, or almost every day this week, we won't be seeing in-person classes here for a while. Okay, so this is a little tall here, so I'm just going to cut a little bit of it off. I don't mind if they're not all exact, honestly, but I do want them to be a little bit closer than that one was. And this, for some reason, it's a little bit wide here. So tomorrow afternoon or a little bit later than that will be your chance, if you want to hop on and do a December daily. Just watch me put together my December daily basket of goodies, and I'll show you how I organize, what my thoughts are behind why I do what I do. All right, I do have this pretty high. I will take this down. I think now that, I'm sorry you guys, I'm going to do this mid-video, but let me drop this camera just a little bit because, sorry, I hate to do that to you, but it's really far away from the page otherwise. Okay, especially now that I'm getting to the embellishing piece of it. I have a new phone. I think I said something about that last week, but I have a new phone, which means everything that I've done, or everything that I'm used to, is not that way anymore. All right, so I have two of these sticker sheets because I ended up getting this collection in collection packs. And so I have a couple baskets of these apples, and I definitely want to use these on this. And then I also have this fall harvest. Jackie, yeah. I think if our governor had his choice, we would be back in lockdown as well too, but in Wisconsin that was ruled illegal actually in May of this past May. So that's a long story, but that's basically what it is our governor can't do that without the legislature's approval now. And they're not going to approve that. Or we have a Democratic governor and a Republican legislature, and they've been fighting through this whole thing. They're actually starting to talk to each other this week, so I'm a little encouraged. And I don't care which side of the aisle you sit on, that's just bad, because they're fighting and they're not doing their job for their citizens. So anyway, I think there's a lot of places that are going back into lockdown from what I'm hearing, or at least partial lockdowns. We actually had a limit on bars and restaurants again of 25%, and then a judge in Wisconsin ruled that was illegal to do. So we are just out there as a bad example every night on the news. All right, so I'm thinking maybe the little basket there, and I kind of liked this here, so then maybe a basket up here as well. And then I was going to put the name of the apple orchard down here, but I'm not sure that I like that idea anymore. So I'm looking at maybe doing some other chipboard here. I could always do the name of the orchard up there in smaller letters, and maybe that's what I'll do. Let's see. To be careful here because, well, she also has the cutest sandals on there. Maybe I do it more like this. Normally I wouldn't necessarily put that on the photo, but I actually kind of like the way that looks there. with that. And I'll have to chop I have my foam tape behind that one. Okay, so we have Hello Fall. There was something that said family fun or something. That would be really fun, but would be really fun. That would be perfect, but I don't see that in this. I do have a couple packs of the ephemera pieces. Ooh. And again, I have the packs of ephemera like this in twos because I was almost out of fall paper. I forgot that I have these apples as well too. So I could pop like a bigger apple in here. And then I haven't used any of this, so. Little autumn splendor there. I do like the little banners they have in this collection. Okay, let's see. Let's check. Yeah, it is bad for the economy, Jackie. I just have, I totally get that. And I think the city of Milwaukee did a really cool thing. For their bars and restaurants, they had them actually put in pandemic plans that had to be approved by the city health department. And if you were approved when the governor declared the 25% lockdown back, they didn't have to go back. That didn't affect them because they had a plan out there. I thought that was a really cool way of doing that, to be able to keep bars and restaurants open and to open it responsibly, because I mean, obviously my business was affected by this. I feel awful for, people's livelihoods. As awful as this is, I don't know how we can maintain this forever. We can't, right? So, yeah, it's just, I don't think there's no good answer here, right? Is my whole thing. But I liked the way they did that in Milwaukee, where they did it responsibly. I guess that's the thing that I think is so cool. So I'm looking at, back to this. So I'm watching, let's see, Carrie, I just saw your comment about a 24% positivity rate. Ours was 36 today. So, and we had 77,777 people come back positive. That was the reported total today. It took us, this is just crazy. I was just looking at numbers because I used to be a buyer, so I'm a numbers person. And, no comment on like what can we do or anything like that, but I saw it took us 7 months to get to 100,000 cases in Wisconsin. It took us 36 days to get to 200,000 cases, and it took us 18 days to get to 300,000 cases. We went over 300,000 cases today. That's a pandemic. So just crazy. So I'm kind of looking at what are the things I can do. I should probably do something here to bring in these patterns or colors, since I don't have, and I just lost one of my banners here. Since these colors, this is not from this original set. So I'm thinking, let's bring some of that in. This might be kind of cute too, although it's a lot of dark up there. But that's actually not so bad. I actually kind of like the dark up here. Though the leaves are going in the wrong direction. Okay, that's not going to work. I liked the dark up there just because it didn't draw quite as much attention to it as this one did. But that doesn't look great. So let's go back with this one here. So yeah, crazy here in Wisconsin. So on a bright note, my new great nephew is due in less than 15 days. It's less than 2 weeks. I'm so excited. So this is my niece and nephew that you see me scrapbook are my youngest nephew's children. And my oldest nephew and his wife. Sorry guys, noisy package. My oldest nephew and his wife have a baby due at the end of this month. So I'm so excited. More babies to snuggle. Although my great nieces and nephews do not live close to their Auntie Kelly. So that's bad. And I am still, to my two nephews, I am still Auntie Kelly, even though one of them will be 30 in January and the other one's in his late 20s. But anyway, that's the one bad thing, is that they're not close here. I do like this kind of big one too. Oh, maybe that could go under here, because I was thinking I needed a third item here. So I'm just stalling for time, you guys, while I'm figuring this all out. Did you figure that out? Okay, something like that. And then I'm still playing around with colors and patterns here. So maybe this orange one here. And since there's blue here, I think blue over here. And then I put away, or put to the side, those two larger apples, just because I don't think they work all that well on this, excuse me, because I have so many smaller patterns. This one I need to play around with a little bit. This one I think I've decided, except the one thing I want to do here is there's a big foam dot. Thanks, Jackie. I think it just helps ground all those clusters. There's a big foam dot here on the back of this. So I'm pulling things from the Echo Park Happy Fall, frames and tags, and ephemera pieces. That's where all this stuff is coming from. So pull that big pop dot off the back. I do appreciate that big pop dot, but not so much. It was bringing it way off the layout there. Okay, so let's get this. Look at this, guys. I did not ink anything tonight, and I don't think I'm going to, because I feel like it's too late now. Want to shorten this banner up pretty short here. Okay, maybe not quite that short, but pretty short. So our weather has been crazy. Probably lots of people in the country, if you're in the northern half of the U.S. right now. We were 70 degrees for 7 days in a row, including Monday, and we had snow this morning. It's crazy. I looked out on my deck this morning when I opened my window, because I have a deck off my bedroom, and I looked, I thought, wow, that's a really thick frost. And then I went, wait, that is not frost. So we've had a little bit of snow here and there, but nothing too big, nothing sticking too much yet. But it was a reminder that I'm not that far away from actual snow. Okay, so now let's get this one figured out here. What I want to do is, I don't want like the bottoms of these two to be the same, but yet again, I also need to cover that up. And I was trying not to cover little M number 3's foot too much there, but it might end up getting covered. The other way I could do it is like this. Let's go back here and look and see if, yeah, that's actually going to make it harder. Okay. And then this, I'd like it to overlap the photo, but I also want it to be a little bit more even looking here. Obviously, I'm okay now with covering her foot there. It's just, I think it's not going to work any other way. Okay. Actually, I wonder if I should put another banner in here. Maybe a dark one. Let's see. Because this is a big, thick one. And it might be kind of cool to have a thinner one here, but the dark one might, yeah, the dark one's not right. And it actually unbalances it too much Let me put something back in there, light, and see if I still, yeah. I think that unbalances it too much. I could try another one over here, but then I think that's just too much stuff. Let me get my hands. I'm taking my hands out of the way so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's too much. All right, so now that I've fooled around with that cluster for what feels like an hour to all of us, let's get this glued down. And I'm going to glue it down in a place where I don't have to worry about the banner. And then this, I need to take my foam tape off this side here. So this kind of a layout where I do 2 different papers as my background papers on a 2-page layout is a pretty common thing for me because I don't often have 2 of the same paper for backgrounds unless it's those faux solids that I like to use. But oftentimes I don't have 2, so I have to come up with something else to make it work. Okay, so I think that's good. Now, when I do more themed layout like this, where I'm actually using more themed products, it's a little bit more common for me to have 2 of a paper because I tend to buy things like in collection kits or more things, just kind of playing how long I want this to be. So that's okay. I'm watching my screen. Let me decide. I don't know that I minded either way. Let's go longer, just for fun. I think if I was going to ink anything, I could have inked these banners and it would have been nice, but oh well. Try to get that a little bit even. Okay, and then I'll just leave the banner tails up. This out. Okay, so I like that. I do have these cute little fall these little fall epoxy flare from Scrap and Happy Studios. I got them last year when I did the Redefine Creative Advent Calendar. We got a coupon for money off, and I didn't have a lot of fall stuff at that point. I'd used it all up, so I just got some of these. They're really cute. So it's Scrap and Happy Studio. It's on Etsy. So there you go. All right. Then there's this cute little Happy Fall Y'all epoxy right there. Ooh, and I like that because I needed something down here, or up here, I mean, to balance that. There were only 2 pieces on that, and I needed a third something. Now, I don't know that they'd say y'all because that just doesn't quite fit. We don't say y'all in Wisconsin. We do other crazy things. Not that y'all is crazy. I think it's cute. All right, so there's that. Let's see, this one. This one says my favorite color is autumn. Ooh, okay. I felt like this was a little unbalanced here, you guys. And I kind of like that. I know it's about the same color as this. So I could do either that, and then we'd have an epoxy on either side. Yeah, I really like this here. Hopefully I haven't lost my mind, but I think it's cute this way, just a little bit, and I think it adds something here, makes that banner feel a little bit more balanced to me too. I think that's why I like it. Now I don't have anything over here, so I'll have to look at that, and I don't think I have to. This is a little bit more photoreal here, and maybe that leaf needs to come out, and I need to do something there. That particular leaf. Okay. Thanks, Tammy. See, I'm glad I have my scrapping friends to help me when I'm not positive. Okay, let me pull this over here a little bit more, and then I want to take a look at this because it's looking less and less with this photo real piece, and this other stuff is looking kind of funny to me now. So the question is, could I do like that? Maybe tuck it behind this. This has got to come up here. So this is like it's a layered sticker, and there's a leaf behind this too. I think I mangled it, didn't mangle it too badly here. Let's see. I'm going to try to get this a little bit more even. Okay, so I don't think I did too bad of a job here. Now I can take a look at this and see. Oh. So the hard part about getting this behind is there is a piece of foam here that I'd have to wrangle as well. So what I'm going to do here is cut off the leaf parts of this to make it, that leaf parts that are sticking out, to make it easier for me to get something in there. So let's see what we think so far. Okay, not loving that, but I still have more of these. Let's see. There's a little I love fall most of all here, but I think that's too much stuff there. Maybe it's just a matter of putting something from the Echo Park collection over here. And I'm looking at, I have other things I could use, but I'm looking at maybe some chipboard here, like that flower. It's not perfect, but that's, wait, and what was bothering me is that leaf was looking a little bit too realistic. Not in love with that. And I don't want to, I would prefer not to cover that apple if I can, because that was the whole reason I used this sticker here. But I do have some not some stickers. I do have some stickers on this sticker sheet, but I have some leaves here, and maybe that's what I need to do, is use the leaves from this collection. I know you guys, I just cut off a leaf and I'm putting another leaf back on. I know. So what I really want to do is tuck that a little bit more. Once I decide if this is really going to work. I'm having a hard time doing this because I can't tuck. All right, let's see if I can. This is one of those really make stuff work for you. So, hey Barbara, good to see you. Oh yeah, this is so totally layered. The harvest is even exactly the same. Okay, let's see what I think. Now that I can get this stuck underneath here. I could also try that apple again now too. Okay, so if I do this, I actually like that. I think another leaf needs to come over here. I also have a brown leaf. It's a little bit smaller than that orange one. Sorry guys, I think I just did that where you couldn't even see it. Sorry. Okay, I think the orange one is good here when I'm playing around with that. Otherwise it's too, not enough contrast. And then we'll see, maybe the brown leaf can come over here. And then I'll put back the mess I just made. Yeah, I like that a lot better. It just fits better. And that's just a me thing, I guess. And then do we want to do, I think I'll find the other orange leaf or red leaf. They do have another, oh, and there's a gold leaf on here too. It's a lot of leaves now. I'm liking this better. Okay, because it's a little bit smaller. Gold leaf. Just going to stick that up there so I can put it back later and see. Here's the other red leaf. I used the other gold leaf already on something, so I can't stick that over here, but maybe this red one will look okay. Okay, too much, too much. I think it's hard to see this now. Too much. Ooh, and now I think this banner needs to come out a little bit further. So we more of it, I couldn't see it. So do I want to pop a leaf up in there? Nope. I want to pop one down there. I'm looking at the screen again to decide. What do you think? I'll let you guys decide this. No leaf? And leaf. I am going to put enamel dots on here so I can balance. I'm still not sure about that. I think it looks kind of... You vote leaf? Jackie voted leaf, so we're putting the leaf on. She's the first one. I was just going, I don't know. But I do like the extra red. And I guess the nice part about that is I've got the leaves on both sides now too. So that makes a little bit more sense. So, all right. So we made that sticker work. I'm glad that happened. Okay. Then I want to use some enamel dots, but I'm just looking. These are the Doodlebug Sprinkles Fall Assortment, but the colors are way less muted than this is. Although there's a lot of yellow, and I could use the brown, but I'm just going to look. Here's my enamel dots. It's how I store them, and I organized them by color the other day. I was so proud of myself. The reason it happened is I couldn't find anything, and I thought, this is ridiculous. I have way less, because I used to not be able to put my hand in this. I had so many enamel dots, but I've really worked to get this down. Just see. I don't have a lot of orange, and I don't have any rust, I don't think. I'm just going to double check, because I have things where I have multiple colors on a sheet kind of towards the back, but I'm pretty sure I don't have any rust. So, hey, Tisa. Gosh, it's good to see you here. I sneak in and catch a couple of your videos. Let's see. Yeah, I don't. So I think what we're going to do is use maybe the yellow for sure. This orange is still not, well, actually this orange is closer then. That's a pretty bright one. Let's see what I could use. Oh, I could use a green. That's a pretty bright green. So let's grab some yellow. Oh, that yellow is bright. I'm rethinking that yellow. It's not that her dress isn't bright though, right? It just, when I put it up there, I'm like, oh, hello. Maybe I'm going to use this orange here, which is really kind of yellowy looking. I think that's what I put that down and went, And I'm just going to put maybe 3, and I could do that orange and, oh, green and brown. Where is, there we go. I need my handy dandy little tool here. Let's see. A little of that. Let's see, that one there. These are big. I don't have any small, there's not small ones. And then we'll do a little green one. I'm losing that brown. I'd probably lose it over here too, but let's look. Yeah, I'll put the brown back here. That's okay. Such a thing, just trying to decide enamel dots. And today I'm not attaching them necessarily. I like to usually, I just poked myself. I like to usually attach them to something. So then let's do green over here somewhere, and we need a brown. Let's do that in there. Maybe this one I'll bring in so it's sitting under these apples here. Okay, so you guys, I saw a friend of mine on Facebook today has her Christmas tree up, and I'm like, it's making me think about it. But I am also thinking, am I going to get tired of it though by the time Christmas rolls around if I put it up now? Does anybody have their tree up? We'll do the green one there because that's a little bit less, kind of blends in with the colors there. Maybe pop this one. Need to get a little bit better. So anyway, I've toyed with it, but I'm just afraid that I would be tired of it being in my living room, because I do get that way. I love Christmas, don't get me wrong, but after a while I'm like, oh, take this stuff out of here. I just want my normal house back. So okay. So you did it before Thanksgiving, and by January, that's what I think too, is if I usually put mine up Thanksgiving weekend, and then I'll usually leave it up for about a week or two after. Usually I leave it up to at least January 6th, which is Epiphany, when the Three Kings come. So, all right. Yeah, and so then by that time, usually by that time, I'm ready for it to come down. So I'm thinking if I do it now, that's like 2 weeks early or a week early. So I'm probably not going to, but I like the idea of it. So, and I still have a pumpkin on my front porch, so I can't put, well, I could put Christmas decorations, but I don't want to get rid of my pumpkin yet. So I'll probably hold off for a little bit. All right, you guys, so I'm going to, oh, I didn't get the name of the orchard on here, did I? I said I was going to do that. And I'm thinking here, so let's do that. And maybe if I have any brown small stickers, that would be kind of cool, like a darker brown color. I think that might be a color I am lacking though, in all seriousness. I was thinking like a tile letter. I know I have gold and pink and blue. I have a dark green, but not a lighter green. And purple and a not good yellow. Maybe, let's see. There's this kind of beigey color, and I think Mini Markets has, I think I have a beigey kind of Mini Market one, so I'm going to look and see how that'll work. I just have to find them. I might have entirely too many Mini Market letters still. Yeah. This is my shame. Well, one of them. Yeah, and I laugh as I say it, right? This green would be good. Ooh, look at that. Oh, ooh. I like the orange. It's cream based. I don't see the beige that I thought I had, but maybe I didn't and I imagined it. Because I don't think I have. I think I was imagining it. Because I'm not seeing any. Or I could do this wood one too, if I have enough letters. I do. I have enough letters to do that with the brown. Or I could do this orange. Let me see what this looks like on this. I think I'm going to do that. I like, how often do I get, because it's a kind of a, almost a rustier color. So, and I'll just pop it across here. I like the way that turned out. Or this will turn out. Except I have to be able to get the mini market on straight. Does anybody else still have a stash of mini markets? So thanks, Glenda. So Glenda, you said your best friend does her tree. Does she leave it up then later? Or does she get tired of it? That's a good question. Okay, and then because there's no apostrophe here, what I usually do is I usually just do it with my white gel pen. So I'm not quite sure what I'll do here. Because it's almost like I would have to dirty it up. Okay, oh, she does do it till the 6th of January. I do love Christmas. I usually put up, I have 4 trees. I always put up 3. They're not, well, I was going to say they're not all full size, but who am I kidding? One is a 7-foot tree and the other 3 are like 6 foot. So, but they're smaller. My 7-foot tree is like a really big tree. The other ones are just a narrower shape because I do some theme trees. I have a tree in my living room, and then I have a tree that is all glass ornaments, like Polonaise and Old World. I have a tree that is all Lenox and Precious Moments collectibles. And then I have a tree that is, I call it my children's tree. So it's storybook characters and toys and that kind of stuff. So, oh, you get a real tree. Yes, that would be bad. I am allergic to Christmas trees. So we always had real trees in our house as a child, and then as an adult, it was really bad because I break out in hives and a rash. So when I had a real tree as an adult, I would put on gloves to decorate it. And then I worked in retail for kind of a Midwest department store chain, and for many years, and it just got to be crazy because I was working in the stores, and so I had them save me one of the demo trees one year, and then not only did I not break out when I was decorating it, but my sinuses and all that, not to be too gross, were a lot better. So I have gone to artificial trees as much as I love the smell. So then I use a really good pine scented candle to help with that. But I love real trees. I love going to people's houses that have real trees and that kind of stuff. So, all right, you guys. So I think this is done. So we have the title here, or there could be title here, or there's lots of places I could be doing the title. But I like to include the name of the place that they go, if they ever want to look back and go, what was the name of that place? So your husband insists on a real tree. That's funny. Isn't that funny how we all kind of get that? Like traditions, and there's always couples a lot of times have that where one wants it and one doesn't. So they are kind of messy. I will say that. They're beautiful but messy. So as I was thinking, so we got lots of titles here, 2 different background papers, but pulling in one of the backgrounds from one page. If I think there hadn't been so many photos or so much going on in the photos, I would have pulled that plaid over here somehow, but decided not to do it. So that's awesome, Tammy. And then just using lots of stickers and that kind of stuff. One of the things that I talked about at the beginning, just in case you missed this, is when you have a layout like this and you have photos of the same orientation and they're crossing the page, you want the line to go from one side of your entire 12 by 24 canvas to the other, so that your eye takes that in. Even though I have the 2 background papers, your eye is still going to take it in as something the same. And then you want to bring things in from page to page, like here's some flair, here's some leaf stickers, here's the banners. There's banners in common. There's the apple stickers as well, so that your eye is seeing some of the same types of things, even though none of my clusters are the same. And I think that's important. But I will tell you, if you are starting with clustering or you find it hard, use the same piece. Clustering for the first time, I might have used the 3 banners, pieces of epoxy, and maybe a leaf sticker in each of them, and that'll help your clusters become easier that as you know how to do it. So it's not bad to do clusters with the same things, and I just don't always have 3. Sometimes on a layout like this too, I'll do 5 clusters. The other thing is to remember to use odd numbers of them when you do them as well too. So we did talk about that. So just in case you guys have joined me late and you missed it, tomorrow afternoon or evening, I'm not sure which to do it. And I'm shaking, I can see my fingers shaking. Talking with my hands. I am going to go live tomorrow to do my December daily prep, which means you are going to see how I store my December daily supplies while I'm using them. And keep in mind, I don't do any pre-prep for my December daily. The only thing that I will go in with is my cover made. Everything else I do real time every day. So you'll see how I store things. You'll see the products I'm going to use this year. You'll see the papers I'm going to use this year, all of that kind of stuff. So afternoon, please. All right, I will try to do it in the afternoon, Barbara. The only reason that I would have a harder time doing that is I've got a class I've got to do tomorrow, but I really actually probably want to do it in the afternoon, just because, actually now that I think about it, I do have to do it tomorrow afternoon because I'm going to be doing an online, or a streaming concert tomorrow. And I'm going to just quick tell you guys about this organization because this is really cool. So definitely tomorrow afternoon. There is an organization called This Time Tomorrow. It's a foundation that a really close friend of mine runs that started out in Wisconsin, is national. And what they do is they do random acts of kindness for cancer patients, for people who have cancer. And what they do is they show up at their door with a check for $3,000. That's what it's been lately, $3,000. And then usually a gift basket of things from local like companies. Like they might have some, I'm just trying to think, they might have some, I don't know, I can't think of a thing, but I don't know, they could have makeup in it from somebody, or they could have Tupperware, something like that. But they've got local people who have their side hustle businesses. That's a good thing. So stuff from side hustle businesses. But the important thing is that they show up with a check for $3,000. And the person gets nominated by somebody who knows them. And it's not, most of them have nominated them as long as there's a financial need. And financial need doesn't mean that you have to be making so much money. It just means that, I don't know, you need money to pay your rent, or for your chemotherapy drugs, or to buy your children's school uniforms, whatever that is. That's all it is it's not, there's not any financial number there. And so somebody nominates them, they get approved, and then I think they contact the nominating person back, and they surprise the people, and they show up at their door. Now, it's been a little bit harder with COVID because obviously you don't want to just walk into somebody's house who is fighting cancer because their immune systems are weakened. But they have done some of those racks, not as many. The big fundraiser every year is a gorgeous gala where it's a music-centered gala and a huge auction at the Pfister Hotel in Milwaukee, which is a gorgeous, very old hotel from the 1800s. But because of COVID, they can't do that because I think last year there were 600 people at the gala. It's like I said, it's run by a friend of mine, so I always go. But anyways, they canceled it. But tomorrow night, they're actually doing it online. So I'm going to go to it online, and there's entertainment. And like, I know one of the guys from, I think, Rascal Flatts is going to be there. I'm trying to think who else they're doing concerts, but it'll all be online. And then you can donate money and that kind of stuff. So if, in all seriousness, because I have told many people about this, if you know somebody who is battling cancer and could use that help, the name of it is This Time Tomorrow Foundation. And there is a website, and you can go to a nominating form or have somebody close to them nominate them. If it's somebody that you work with, but you don't think you know them well enough, if you can contact somebody they know. I had a client who had a friend who was battling cancer. Well, I didn't know the friend very well, but my friend did. So yeah, isn't that cool? Glenda. So This Time Tomorrow Foundation, that's the serious part of this. The other part of it is tomorrow afternoon, I will definitely go live and I will do my December prep. And as I said before, if you're interested in seeing the December daily prep before that or after this, I have a playlist for every December daily I've done. But we can talk more about that tomorrow too. So thanks, you guys, and thanks for hanging in there with some of the like post scrapbooky chat stuff. So I hope you guys are all well. I stay safe, you guys. Whatever. I hope you guys are all safe. Even though COVID now or coronavirus seems not to be as bad for people. Some people are still getting really sick, and even though I've never met you all, I do care about you. So, all right, you guys, take care. It was great to see you. Don't forget to turn on your bell notification, and I will see you tomorrow afternoon. Bye, everybody.